You know what? We are all born knowing that we are gorgeous, brilliant, talented, and fabulous. But what the heck happened to that? Tracy Revell from Embodied Confidence is here with a WellTALK on that subject to tell us all about it. Tracy?
Thanks, Denise. Yeah, gorgeous, brilliant, talented, and fabulous. Wouldn't you love to have more of that in your life? Embodied confidence is all about just bringing all of you right here, right now, and really owning that for yourself. Confidence in change, embracing your power, right? Being your captivating, vibrant, sensual self. Sensual is simply living all of your senses, being present in your life, showing up full on, guts and grace, right? The powerful presence that comes from you when you know who you are and weren't afraid to live it full on. So I'm going to start with a statistic. I know you love numbers, Denise, and data and everything that is that. So there was a study done a few years ago that 89% of kindergartners have high self-esteem, right? 20% of fifth graders have high self-esteem. 5% of high school aged graduates and 2% of college graduates. So do you see a trend here? We systematically have it programmed out of us. The coming into life knowing that we are gorgeous, brilliant, talented, and fabulous, right? And then we get in school and we have grades and we get told we need to do this and we need to make our teachers happy and we need to make our parents happy. And right, it's all set up for us to take in this information outside of us in order to fit in, if you will. And it takes away a lot of that innate knowing that we come into life with. So the bottom line is, in the end, everybody outside of us is going to have an idea of us from their perception. And we have been programmed to go through life attempting to live up to that instead of just knowing that gorgeous, brilliant, talented fabulousness and living it, regardless of what everybody else thinks of us. So again, to fit in, belong, assimilate, whatever else words you want to put on it, we come into this life knowing our light, right? We are powerful more than we know. And it's hard for others to handle sometimes. So it gets fit into a box so that it can be handled. And then we start to ask ourselves, who am I to be gorgeous, brilliant, talented, and fabulous? See, I like the gorgeous first, right? And who are you not to be? Your playing small does not serve the world or you, regardless of what you're told and the box that we're asked to fit into. Yes or yes? Lots of fear, lots of, okay, if I don't do this, this will happen, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And as we do the shadow work, the healing work, the body, mind, emotion, spirit work that is needed, and we liberate ourselves from that fear that keeps us in the box, we can start to come out and help everybody around us with our light, owning that gorgeous, brilliant, talented, fabulous piece that we came here to be. The only thing we can really control in this world is our smallness, and our smallness does not serve the world, regardless of what we're told, right? So, embodied confidence. Everything about us shows up in our bodies in one way, shape, or form, right? Our bodies are how our souls, that light, come into this world. and how we show up in the world and how we communicate with the world. Consciously relearning to tune into this hardwired connection between your mind, your body, your soul, your heart, and how you're showing up in the world, making a few adjustments and learning how to shift that, change your entire life, professionally and personally. I love this picture, right? Because again, we come into this life knowing that we are gorgeous, brilliant, talented, and fabulous. And look at that. They listen to their internal and the external guidance. They aren't run by the external guidance. There's a big difference. Again, consciously relearning to tune into this connection and surrendering to what is, rather than trying to make it what it's supposed to be. You will find your way through whatever it is and show up as your gorgeous, brilliant, talented, fabulous self. So personal power, it is that internal guidance, and confidence is listening to that and bringing it out into our lives, having trust in our own power. We communicate more effectively. We have results. We're solution oriented while we kind of go with what is, again, rather than making it this. Better productivity because we aren't set in one thing, right? We can explore other options. We're happier. Best thing. Higher sense of significance and effectiveness everywhere. Centered and grounded, again, regardless of what gets thrown at us from the outside. Able to maintain focus, and again, it'll shift your entire life. Being gorgeous, brilliant, talented, and fabulous, centered in your own power. So we don't have time to do a whole lot of discussion. Might kind of jot a few feelings, thoughts about how you could be sabotaging your own personal power. And just kind of notice. It's not a good, a bad, a right or a wrong. It's just a noticing how you're showing up. So embodying, trusting your own internal guidance is feminine power. So when we step into that feminine power, that body knowing, that heart-centered knowing, creativity, emotional intelligence, also, it's a big buzzword, pretty much everywhere. Really what emotional intelligence is that feminine power piece. And when we balance it with the masculine focus and the action, that's where we can really start to open everything back up from the gorgeous, brilliant, talented, fabulous into life. And again, owning that power. People that do that and trust themselves are successful creating in their lives. Not kind of halfway, it's like step in, own it, be it, and move forward with it. Becoming more sure of what we have to offer within ourselves creates possibilities in our world. What our soul is wanting for us, rather than our small self thinking we should do because of all of this external programming. Yeah. So what would change in your life if you spent more time in your body, committed to that self-love word, right? And self-confidence, trusting yourself, self-esteem, and how you're being in the world, taking action on that. Your outward presence reflects that very thing. Your trust in your gorgeous, brilliant, talented, and fabulous, right? We can't hide how much we trust ourselves, even if we try to. Try would be the operative word. If you're trying, you're always trying, you're never doing, you're not ever going to get there. It's just drop in. Our outside presence is a reflection of everything that we are, physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually, whether we want people to see it or not. So this series is all about wellness, and you define wellness, all of the options that are out there for us to help us bring out that gorgeous, brilliant, talented, fabulous part. So lots of options. Our job is to listen to what we know and choose what's our soul's calling us to do to nurture and strengthen physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. So again, we don't have a lot of time to talk about it. Maybe jot some notes regarding what are you doing? What does your soul want you to do? What does your body want you to do to nurture and strengthen yourself? Surrender is simply intention, attention, and action. Being with what is, rather than trying to make it what you want it to be, what outside forces say it should be, taking all of that is, having your intention and moving forward for yourself, right? So how many more possibilities could understanding surrender create for you if you take this into your life? There's a big misconception out there that surrender is just letting go and not trying to control, when in actuality, it's having attention and action towards what you want within what is. There's a big difference from just letting go and letting happen whatever happens. Again, everyone is going to have a story about us. It is how our system that we live in, our culture, everything outside of us is set up. So it's our responsibility to live grounded in our power, regardless of what's outside of us and what we're told to be and do. Yeah? I love this little quote right here. How many people have had this happen where we have an idea of what we think we want and our soul, internal guidance, God, universe, whatever your word is, has a different idea of it. And it happens whether we want it to or not. And sometimes it's not really comfortable. It feels like everything's being ripped away. And what if that's not necessarily a bad thing? Again, we are programmed to think it's a bad thing. What if we can allow it and move with? Believe in yourself. Working with your body, mind, emotion, and spirit, rewiring your movement, your posture, your alignment, how you're showing up in the world will strengthen your competent neural network, that neuroplasticity mind-body thing that we hear about all the time, and it will weaken the fear neural network, allowing us to bring the gorgeous, brilliant, talented, fabulous out. So, how and why do you do that? If you want to have a chat about it, let me know in the chat below. The way you carry your body is the source of personal power. A few little changes can shift everything for you. You are the answer. Be your captivating, vibrant, sensual self. Gorgeous, brilliant, talented, and fabulous. So what would change if you own that birthright for yourself? Think about these questions. Again, if you want to jump on a call with me, we'll go over some of this. See what shows up. See what you can do now. You're the answer. And if you're ready to take the big chances for you and jump in, I can help you. So I do have a 6-part video series that I am offering for only $27 for everybody on this call, along with a free full hour confidence clarity session. So again, if you are interested and you're present at the talk, let me know in the chat below, and or we will give you my email and you can email me and we can get you going.
Awesome, Tracy. Thank you very much. I'm going to go ahead and unshare this. Stop participant sharing. There we go. I thank you very much for doing this. I appreciate you immensely. And it's great information that you shared.
Awesome.